All right. So Mel Kiper, he's taken a lot of heat, and people saying he embarrassed himself. He embarrassed ESPN. Reese Davis, if you saw him, basically told him enough yesterday. Mel Kiper, Mel Kiper used to be one of one. Does anybody remember when Todd McShay came on ESPN many years ago? He was basically the first person that came in and threatened the orbit of Mel Kiper. Mel Kiper for 30 years prior to that at the time was the only guy. Guess what? There's tens of thousands of Mel Kipers now. There's people like me that have a platform like this that get an opinion out. And it's much, much more powerful and much, much more wide-ranging than what Mel Kiper says. And so Mel Kiper had, wrongly so, Sheduer Sanders as his number one on his board for a long time. And he never adjusted. He didn't change. And he calls it a drop, and it's a disgrace, and the NFL screws up quarterbacks for years. They don't know what they're doing. The evaluation is horrible. Yeah, you were behind Jimmy Clausen. You were behind a ton of players that you said were going to be great. I don't think that the NFL is not always right. Scouts are not always right. A lot of times it's a dart throw. There's risk involved. But Mel Kiper really made an ass of himself. But the reason he made an ass of himself is from where he sits, the seat that he sits is more pressurized now than it has ever been in the history of his career doing what he did. Because in order to stay relevant in this world where it isn't just turn on the TV channel and see what a network says, like it was for so long for him, it's turn on a show like this. And can somebody predict Sheduer Sanders going in the 5th round as I did? There's a lot of people out there doing this. So Mel has to be spot on. And when he realized that he wasn't spot on, he lashed out. And then it became, there's something going on. There's collusion. It's race. It's disgusting. It's a disgrace. No, Mel, what ended up happening was you miscalculated. And Mel Kiper has done a pretty amazing job for somebody never being in the NFL over 40 years. Dude, he's a machine. He really is a machine. And he's been right more times than wrong. But he was wrong on this one. And he's forcing the issue because he has to be right. He's threading a needle right now, or he becomes irrelevant. He becomes replaced. And that may behind the scenes have already been discussed. And they might be looking at other things. And there's guys like Orlovsky, and McShay's not there anymore, but there's guys like Orlovsky, and there's guys like Louis Riddick and Booger McFarland. There's a lot of guys now. So Mel has to hit home runs almost every time. So that's, I think, what we saw take place there.